Thank you very much, Dr. C.K. Patel, sir. I am really thankful to the HITCON, Dr. Pragnesh, Dr. Bhupesh Bhai Chawda, sir, and all the HITCON members to invite me for this valuable session. And I am really salute to all the doctors who are basically associated with this. Right now, they are working hard for this Corona crisis. So I really salute all the doctors for their great work, and I am really privileged for me to taken this session of this very important subject. So today my subject is all about that base cybersecurity practices for the work from home, because nowadays the work from home is not a luxury but is a requirement or necessity, we can say. But before starting my session, I would like to just go with the one of or two line of the slok. Asatoma sadgamaya tamsoma jyotirgamaya mrutyoma amrutam gamaya om shanti shanti shanti. Means I have one question all of you, that how many of you believe that you are using a technology now, current or latest technology? My question to you, all of you, that how many of you are using or you are believing that you are using the latest technology? You can give your answer in the chat box if possible. You can give your answer in the chat box. So if you put that your answer, or who are right now hearing me, I would like to say that you are not using technology, but technology is using you. And that is a breaking news for all of us, because technologies keep evolving with the different kind of new features, and we are not, if we are not updating according to that, of course that we are going to be victimized with the number of things right now what are going on. Now again, I had a one question of to all of you: how many of you downloaded free product on internet? My question is very clear: how many of you downloaded free product on internet? It means that, my example, if you are using downloading some software or application or songs or movies, whatever you are downloading. So most probably or most obviously, number of people are not basically downloading software, but possibly they are downloading some applications or songs like that. So again, that uh, I have one answer for that, all of you, that for this free product, actually whatever you are downloading a free product, actually we are a product. It means that they are using our data, or they are using our information for the selling. And this is a reality, because if you heard the recent speech of the Mr. Mukesh Ambani of the Geo, he said that the next oil is a data. Now then, the next, I am always used to say during my session that the next war is not going to be a fight with the weapon, but with the data and for the data. And that's why the data is very important. Now what exactly make us a vulnerable on the internet, that we need to be understand. What decide a threats for work from home concept? Now what kind of threats for the work from home concept? So if I want to go through with the some of the very important points, I would like to discuss that. The first point is that users behavior on internet. Now how actually you are behaving on the internet, it basically make you, it is a basically a decide that whether you are going to put yourself in a threat or not. I will come to the point that what kind of behavior that going to be make you in a threatening position. The second point, that user knowledge about the internet. Now I used to say that your phone is smarter than you. It means that whenever you are using a smartphone, of course that you are not supposed to understand or maybe know each and every function of the smartphone and how the smartphone is working. So that's why we need to be understand technology in a very good manner. If we are not understanding the technology, of course that I earlier said that technology is using us. The third and very important point, that is a user attitude. Now it is very important how and what to use, right? Now what I observed during my these years, and particularly in the COVID time also, because people are right now in the home and they are doing number of things with the internet, because there are a lot of things are going on with the number of series, web series are going on, and there are number of webinars are going on, and of course that they are working is also going on. So people are spending more and more time on the internet, but they are not basically understand that what exactly need to use, or whether this particular application, I am directly want to say that which kind of application I need to be installed or not. Now people are keep installing different kind of application, people are keep sharing different kind of data with each and every webinars, people are sharing keep posting the different personal matters on the internet with the different social media. Now this is a very important, that user attitude is very important for this kind of thing. And of course the very fourth and very important point, that is a user surrounding circumstances. Now if I had some kind of knowledge about the security, but the same thing is not with my friend or with my family. So if I am not supposed to post something, but my friend or my family is going to be post something on internet about me or about my family information, again this is making you in a very threatening position. So again, that the surrounding circumstances, friend circles, and your home atmosphere is also very important. Because number of time I also number of people ask me, or even my family, that यार वो तो सब शेयर कर रहा है, अपने फैमिली की फोटो भी रख रहा है, ये भी रख रहा है, वो भी रख रहा है, आप मुझे क्यों मना करते हैं? अल्टीमेटली that is a way that ये जो आप देखते कि यानी कि there is a one kind of psychology is going on कि people are just observing different kind of stuff from the different people, और ये सोचते हैं कि यार ये शेयर कर रहा है तो मुझे शेयर करने में क्या गलत है। और दूसरी एक जो एक सबसे बड़ा मिथ है जो साइबर वर्ल्ड के अंदर, कि आई एम नॉट सपोज टू बी विक्टिमाइज, यानी मैं कभी विक्टिम नहीं बन सकता या मैं विक्टिम नहीं बन सकती। दैट इज द बिगेस्ट मिथ इन द साइबर वर्ल्ड, राइट? सो दिस इज नॉट लाइक दैट. If you are not aware about the technology, of course that you are going to be victimized, and maybe that you are putting yourself as well as your family members in a threatening position. Now the fifth and very important thing is that there is a lack of knowledge about the base cybersecurity practices when you are using internet, or maybe you are using any kind of devices on internet, or your work from home. So these are the some of the things that is very important as far as the threatening position. They decide that whether you are safe or not when you are working from home. Now again, that there are some kind of risk are associated with the work from home. That what kind of risk or threat associated with the due to irresponsible or negligent behavior of the user. Now see, there are a lot of other things, but I am going to be mention some of the very important few risks are there. The first risk is there that you are if you are sharing lot of information about you, and if you are not securing your device as well as your infrastructure, network infrastructure, that you are vulnerable for any attack on the internet. Now if you heard that in the news also, there is during the lockdown almost 200 to 300% cyber crimes are increased, right? And that is a really a concern. And recently the border position with the China is also going in a very stressful condition. So maybe that you know or not, but China has their own cyber army, and they are basically prepared for each and every kind of attack, and they are basically come up with the different kind of application, different kind of hardware devices. And in my last session with the HitCon, I also described that almost 40% application on the Play Store basically owned by the China. Now our government banning right now 59 application. Maybe that you heard about the TikTok, the most famous application on the internet, or basically application. They are the highest user of the internet in the application of the TikTok in India. Recently, today only that in the newspaper, one of our interview, I said that TikTok banned with the government, but unfortunately there are different number of applications are going on the internet which are belonging to China. And what they are doing, they are actually observing each and everything whatever you are doing with your smart device. And right now with the TikTok, you are not supposed to download with the Play Store, but they are sending you a different WhatsApp links, they are sending you a different kind of attachment in the email, and they are link of the TikTok. And now people are downloading through TikTok in that manner also. But people don't understand that maybe that when they are downloading such thing, then you are putting yourself in a threatening position, because this kind of applications are basically, this application or these links are make vulnerable on the internet. So this is a very, very important, that you are making yourself vulnerable on the internet for the attack. Now the second thing is that data loss, that is a very, very important as far as the health sector is concerned, because USA and the different developed country has their own laws for the data protection, like HIPAA. HIPAA is one of the very important law of the US, and any kind of health sector data is if compromised, then they are going to be asked a larger amount. So nowadays that India has more vulnerable for the health sector data also. And of course that if the data is going to be compromised, then different kind of ransomware attacks are going to be happen. And of course that attackers are going to be demand extortion or money to just decrypt those data. So this is also one of the very important part. The ransomware attack is there. Another is a financial loss. Now every day we have almost 5 to 10 cases of the bank fraud is going to be happen, and people are keep sharing their information on the telephone. We can call it as a telephishing, and also they are clicking on the different links, and they are make themselves vulnerable, and they are the ultimately converting the biggest financial loss. So there are a lot of frauds are happening with the financial loss. And the very important and last is a privacy loss. So your privacy is a very, very important. Unfortunately, in India, we are not understanding properly the meaning of the privacy, and we are keep doing and keep sharing our personal information to the different application as well as the different kind of service providers. And we are not aware that maybe they are going to be misuse all these application, and how they are using, we never know. Today or tomorrow or maybe after 1 year, ultimately we are going to be a lose number of things. Because recently one of the app came, that is a face app. Maybe you heard about the face app. The face app is what the face app is all about. The face app is basically taking taking your picture, and how can you look like after 20 years. They are going to be give you the picture. Now they are mapping your face. They are mapping your face, and ultimately with the different criterias, and they are showing you after 20 years. Now when we are going to be introduced our face recognition technology or face recognition security system, now you can understand that you can make yourself vulnerable, because the face app collecting a lot of millions of data of the user, and they can use this data after 10 year or 5 year back, after 5 year, and they can also sell those data whenever they need to be, when they are going to be earned from your data. So it is very important that the user need to be go through with the privacy policy of the any application, which actually mention how they are using your personal information and your data with the third party. And if they are mentioning that they are going to be use your information with the third party, again that you need to be alert for that, and you are not supposed to install those applications. So these are the real threat right now in the cyber world. Now beware of the phishing attack. So now there are a lot of phishing attacks going on recently also, that on the name of WHO, on the name of our government office, PIB, that press release. There are a lot of kind of emails are going on for the phishing related issue. Other is that the securing video calls. Now recently there are a lot of issue going on with the Zoom application. Maybe you heard about the Zoom application when it started, that Zoom is not going to be Zoom has not end-to-end encryption. So it is very important that any application you are using, they need to be an end-to-end encryption. So your data is not going to be lost or going to be taken by anybody. Now with the recent version of the Zoom, they are claiming that now our data is going to be end-to-end encrypted, and there is nothing like you are make yourself as a vulnerable on the internet. But again, that you need to be very careful with when you are using any video application or any this kind of conference application, where the data should be end-to-end encrypted only. Then you are not, then you can ensure that maybe that you are going to be secure on the internet. But I always used to say that there is nothing like an absolute security on the internet. So why I am saying that? Because no one can guarantee any 100% security. And why? Because the technology keep evolving, and the new technology come place in the old technology, and the threat is also in the new format. So you are not supposed to secure each and everything on the internet. So that is a major reason. Now the another thing is you need to be understand that do not share any password or authentication detail. Now we are really very poor to make the password. Now, number of time people ask me, sir, how can we make the password, or how can we secure our password, or whether we are going to be store our password in our phone, or maybe in our system, or not. So I always used to say that if suppose you are storing your password or any confidential information on any devices, again that you can make yourself vulnerable, because it's going to be a compromise each and every time, and you are not supposed to save your password in any device or even not any application. So what can you do for that? So again, that if we have a time, I will discuss that what is a good password practices that you need to be keep in your mind. The another thing is that do not install any unverified software. Now recently I told you that in when the Pokemon Go game will when they come, uh, people are keep installing that Pokemon Go game, but unfortunately in India, particularly in India, they are not released it officially. Now people are keep installing the APK of this particular game, which came from the different platform like Facebook, or from like WhatsApp, or different kind of these social media platforms, and they are installing this application. They are making themselves vulnerable. Just recently, like the TikTok, because TikTok banned by the government, but now people are keep installing this application with the different kind of messaging application, and they try to use that. But again, that I say that when you are doing or installing such application with this kind of platform, unofficial platform, you are making yourself vulnerable, and that is a very, very important point. Do not install any unverified software that I earlier discussed. Now lock the computer when you are getting up. Now it is a very, very important that you need to be make a lock on the computer, means your password like that, or if suppose that you are going to be shut your computer, then in automatically is going to be a lock within a 2 minutes or 3 minutes. If your computer is not going to be locked, again that it record each and everything if the internet is connected. So you need to be very careful about that. uh, if your computer is using by your child, again that you need to be very careful, because children are nowadays going with the different website. They are keep installing the different kind of games. If your children is going to be use your computer as well as your mobile phone, again it make you also vulnerable on the internet, because we had a number of such cases when we face, or we consulted, when in the bottom line, when we investigate the matter, the parent said, or the particular victim said that yes, my son is basically using, or my daughter is using my mobile phone. And unfortunately what happened, that they are basically installing such applications, such games or such a thing, which actually eventually take those data and compromise the devices. Unfortunately, there's some kind of scripts are also installed in this kind of in the free games and free applications. So this is a really a very, very concern for you people when we are working on work from home, because right now what happening, that I observe that the children are not going outside. So they are not, you are not supposed to say them कि यार तुम आज कितने टाइम, आज तुमने कितना टाइम टीवी देखा है, आपको कुछ ना कुछ को देना पड़ेगा. And that's why people are keep giving the devices, and this is a real issue is happening from this kind of thing. Now update your system daily. Now why it is important, because number of time what we observe, that people are not installing the licensed version of the operating system or the any MS Office. Now when you are not installing the licensed version, what happening, that you are not getting the security patches regularly basis. And if you are not getting the security patches, what happened, that your system is going to be compromised, because security patches is very, very important for your system. Any licensed version software is giving you continuously this kind of updates, and you need to be careful about all this thing. Now remember to enable your firewall. Now in each and every operating system, there is a firewall, inbuilt a firewall. So you need to be enable that firewall which protect your computer system. Another point is that do not use a remote desktop service unless absolutely necessary. Now it is a very, very important point. Why I am focusing on this point, because see, remote desktop services like that team viewer or AnyDesk or quick support. Now whenever you are giving such thing downloading such application, right, and you are giving access to the different people, what happening, that ultimately they are taking your each and every, they are going to be access your each and every details. So if it is not urgent, not supposed to give this kind of access to the anybody, in particular this current time time. The another thing is that tap up your webcam and mute the mic by default. Now it is very important that you need to be a practice. I always used to say that there is a bindia practice. Now bindia is like that, ચાંદલો એક આવે નાનો ચાંદલો બધાને ખ્યાલ છે બરાબર. If you are not using your webcam continuously, you need to be put the bindia on the webcam, because if your webcam is on and if you are going or roaming in your house, right, or anyone can do anything, or in your bedroom the laptop is there, so it record each and everything. So again, that you need to be it is always a good practice that you can just after some time your webcam is going to be off, or maybe your mic going to be off, or you can just put your laptop. If you are using laptop, then just put your laptop down if you are not using at the time. So these are the some of the things that we need to be keep in mind. Other is a secure browsing. Now it is very important that you need to be secure your browser, because if your browser is going to be corrupted, then your data is going to be always going to be a compromise. So there are a lot of people are keep installing different kind of I can say that add-ons of the browser, right? If you are using the Chrome then or any Edge browser, so they are keep installing the different kind of add-ons. Now recently in the Google, I have almost 18 to 20 this kind of add-ons are going to be compromise the data of the users. So this is also the real concern of the work to home concept, and I am just trying to be discuss that how your data and how your privacy and basically data is going to be compromised. Recently there are a lot of Nigerian fraud also going to be happen, and there is a very very good line written over there. We can say that is a BEC fraud, and the BEC fraud, it is considered as a you can say that there's a BEC scheme. Particularly they are taking a BEC scheme, and these are the phishing scams are going on with the different countries. India is also one of the country operating country of this that, and they are keep sending a different kind of emails to the users with the tagline of the coronavirus related issue, know how to protect and prevent yourself and don't get infected. So they are keeping all these kind of messages on the subject line of the email, and these all are the phishing emails are going on. And whenever people are going to be click on those kind of link, because corona is around nowadays a very big keyword, right? So anyone are going to be interested on this, and they are going to be just click on this kind of link. Maybe possible that link is going to be compromise your personal data, or even your computer, or your whatever device you are using with that particular thing, right? So this is another important point. The other is a DocuSign. Maybe you heard about the DocuSign. DocuSign is one of the services providing by the Microsoft to just you can is a platform that provide a secure electronic document signing. So right now we are not going with anywhere for sign. So this particular platform is using for the signing related issue, and of course that people are, which is in a major use. So hackers or crackers are basically using those platform and compromise those detail in a different manner, and they can just attack on the name of the DocuSign, and they are sending you the phishing mail on the DocuSign, and it is possible they are going to be compromise your data with the different kind of links. So these are the some of the things that you need to be keep in your mind. And again that there are the number of malware are spread right now. The malwares are there is a malware, maybe you heard the malware, because malware are such a thing, it is one kind of destructive programs, right? So recently the WordPress and the different kind of platform, they are going to be compromised with the malware. Now there are the some of the website call which are www.downloaderfreethemes.co. This is going to be a compromise with the malware attacks. Then the themesubmit.com. These particular platforms are basically used for making a website, and the most of the nowadays 60 to 70% website are right now with the WordPress platform, right? So this site these are providing a free basically plugins to the WordPress, right? So the plugins means that they are the add-on plugins which are basically give us some kind of features with your website. These are the plugins, right? So this all website is going to be compromised with the malware, and people are keep installing, and when they are installing this plugin this particular infected plugins, what happened that your website is going to be a compromise. So these are the some of the things. Free soft the royalbits.in, then free downloader theme.com, and the another there are codesfree.co. There are the number of things are this kind of thing. Now recently there is another disease that's spread by a careless touch. It is considered as a, or in a cyber world, it is considered as a fake news, or I can say that fake or forwarding the messages, or fake forwarding messages. Now people are not aware that what the message is actually right or not, and maybe you observe that there are number of such fake messages are keep forwarding on the internet, and people are keep sharing all this internet. And why I am basically discussing this point right now, because there are some of the important judgments on this particular line, and we need to be consider, we need to be understand that why this is a very very important part. If you are without any knowledge, or if you are just sharing this judgment, sharing this particular messages, you are putting yourself in a danger. Now there are a lot of this kind of messages are recently forwarding on the internet, but I need to be discuss one of the very very important judgment which actually pronounced by the Madras High Court in the case of SV Sekhar versus Inspector of Police. Now this particular judgment saying that forwarded message is equal to accepting the message and endorsing the message. See, it's a very clear saying that forwarded message is equal to accepting the message and endorsing the message. Means what? The section applicable to the originator of the false message as well as would be applicable on any person who further forward or said that message, right? तो जहां जिसने इसको ये मैसेज को बनाया है वो तो व्यक्ति, वो तो है एक्यूज है, लेकिन जिसने इसको फॉरवर्ड किया है, वो शेयर किया, वो भी इसके अंदर इक्वली वो भी इंपॉर्टेंट है. तो दिस इज अ जजमेंट, एंड पर्टिकुलरली इफ यू आर कमिटिंग दिस काइंड ऑफ थिंग, अगेन दैट Indian Penal Code section 505 is going to be implemented on such kind of crime. Again, recently, if you are forwarding a COVID related messages, again, there is a section 54 of the NDMA Act, means National Disaster Management Act section is going to be attracted, and in the both particular section, almost 2 to 3 years imprisonment, and with the fine is going to be happen. So it's very important to understand we are not supposed to share this kind of messages. Now people are keep asking me, sir, how can we know that that particular message is fake or not, or how can we understand this is a fake or not? So see, I am sharing some of the very good website. If you want to note down, you can go through with this website, and even the tool I am providing you, that you need to be just keep check on the, if you receive such messages or any information or any images, you can double check whether these images or messages are correct or not, or true or not, or fake or not, right? And again, that there is a one website called Snopes, SOSNOPES. Snopes is one of the website that is basically important to check whether your message is fake or not. Other, if you want to clarify about the political any news, so there is a one message, one website called PolitiFact. It is a POLITIFACT. PolitiFact is one of the website. Another website is factcheck.org. It is very important that you can just go through with the website. They are giving you each every information, whether the information is correct or not. Then ProPublica is one of the website, PROPUBLICA. ProPublica is another website. Then Alt News, this is a very important website, ALTNEWS. Then Boom Fact Check, this is also a very important website. And we have a number of another different I think the news channel also, they are also providing this kind of fact check, but each and every time we are not supposed to go with this kind of thing. So you can check with this this website also. For our Indian news, you can go with the PIB fact check. So this is a government official Facebook page called the PIB fact check. So you can check any kind of information related with the government scheme or any information related with the government. You can double check with this PIB fact check Facebook page. And there is a one WhatsApp number also. If you want to write down this number, this is also the number of the PIB fact check number. The number is 8799 711 259. This is a number, WhatsApp number, and you can request and you can send your information I am not sure that sometimes they are giving immediately, but sometimes they are not responding also. In number of cases, I got the response, but in number of cases, I also don't get the response. But yeah, they are working on that and they are giving you response from that your messages on the WhatsApp also. And again, that there is a one email ID also. It's called the pibfactcheck@gmail.com. It's pibfactcheck@gmail.com. So these are the some of the tools that you can use to check the fake news or fake information. And again, that if you want to know the particular image is original or not, or it's compromised image, or maybe it's modified image or morphing image, there are a lot of things are going to be happen with the images also and videos also. So you can check with the reverse image search from Google. So there is a tool in the Google also. So reverse image search from Google, you can search that kind of images whether this is true or not. And there is another one, a very important website called find pre, pre, sorry PREPOSTED, yani pre-posted search by image. So there is a one website called pre-posted search by image, and that way you can come to know about the real fact or not. So again, that I am not going in a depth with the different subject because we have a limited time, and there is a lot of issues are there. But again, I need to be keep focusing. I am not going with the different cybercrime and the laws and there. But yeah, I am going to be discuss some of the very important thing uh, about the security related issues. And again, there are lot of issue related with the uh, home security, particularly with the Wi-Fi related security, because nowadays we are in the our home. And again, if we are working with our offices, then again that we have a very secure infrastructure in our offices and in our, because the network have a great hardware firewall, even the softwares are there. So it is a great security in our offices. And but when we are working with the home, again that we are using our own network. So it is a possible that, and is a biggest threat to us and our data, as well as our company, as well as our what from whom we are working, is real threat. Now the crooks are using the social engineering attacks on that. Now you need to be understand what is a social engineering attack. Now social engineering is the art of manipulating people so they give their confidential information, right? So they are just sometimes they are just uh, uh, asking you with the email. They are sometimes just be friend with you on the different social media, just sending you the request, and they are keep associated with you on the social media and sending different kind of information, and they are try to be just capture your personal information. They are associated with your WhatsApp or different platforms, social different this kind of platform which are Snapchats. They are the number of platforms are there. So and again that they are also calling you sometimes. So these are the social engineering call, and they are keep getting your taking your personal information in that manner. So these are the some of the things you need to be keep in mind. Now I quickly come to the end, and what is a work from home Wi-Fi security related issue. Now I earlier said that with the spread of COVID-19 throughout the world, working from home is not a longer a luxury, it's a necessity. When the work from home, we need to our Wi-Fi and internet to be a reliable as well as in protected manner. But for many of us, our home Wi-Fi is a untapped bits, and it will be a misbehave it at exactly the wrong time. Now why it happened? Because we are not supposed to, because number of time we observe that people are not changing their original preset or maybe default password in the router. Now the default password is again that maybe any one company name and 123, and people are not changing that name. So it is very easy, whatever router you are using, the default password is known to the hackers and crackers, because they understand that this particular router is this only default password. So they can easily crack your password, and they can enter in your network, and they can get your information. Now how can you basically understand this particular protocol? Now there is a very good one of the website you can go through whether your home network is secure or not. So I can give you one of the free you can make your free account on one of the website called metagig.com. So MetaGeek is one of the website that you can just download from there one insider application, and for the Windows particularly. So insider application, they are the one tutorial over there, and you can just check whether your personal network, your home network is secure or not with this MetaGeek website. And you need to be understand the different protocols which are governing the Wi-Fi network. Now maybe you can see when you are clicking on your network, there are some of the protocol mentioned. The first is a WEP protocol called the Wire Equivalent Privacy Protocol. Other is a Wi-Fi Protected Access, means WPA protocol, and the recent protocol is a WPA2. This is a Wi-Fi Protected Access 2 protocol, which is basically right now going on. So if you have a WPA2 protocol, then you need to be it is mandatory. You can set your password with the WPA2 protocol, and you can these are recent features are with the WPA protocol is the advanced encryption standard called AES, and is coming with the algorithm and the introduction of the CCMP, considered as a counter cipher mode with the blockchain message authentication core protocol. And these are some of the things that is currently using to secure your network and secure your infrastructure, your protected system. So again, that these are some of the things that you need to be keep in your mind when you are working with the home. And of course that I try to give my best in my whatever available time, and I discuss all of the aspect, particularly of the security related issues. So I'm really thankful. I am concluding my session over here. I'm really thankful to all of the HitCon members, particularly Dr. Bhupesh sir, Pragnesh Bhai, and Dr. Amit Khurana, then Mr. Each and every members who are basically participate. Thank you very much. Over to Bhupesh Bhai. Thank you.